6% is well above my average, but it is going to be interesting. I would think that Darkus Muzhan probably do have the slighter advantage if you were trying to predict anybody, but it is KOG to start this one off. 7 God using the Dragon Riders, mixing in some bat spells as well, it's you.
Yeah, this one's looking really interesting because he's bringing 2 Earthquakes and 2 Lightnings in there as well. Is he trying to use the Royal Champion trick onto that scatter shot, or is he just trying to soft things up and make sure this Royal Champion shield is taking everything out? There we go, and yep, he's taking down everything. This compartment is gone. The question though is, was this worth it? Because obviously he's bringing bats for the back end, and this means there are only 4. Oh wait, is he getting their effect as well? This is some great value right there. But yeah, what I wanted to say is 4 bat spells only. That's not that powerful, to be honest.
Yeah, he's going to have to make sure that they don't have a lot to clean up. But if Eve Carly's attack earlier on today is anything to go by, then he might not even need those bats, Itsu. The dragons fly on in with the Dragon Riders from that left-hand side. There is the delayed Battle Blimp. Obviously, delaying the Battle Blimp allows you to use the Warden ability to protect it, as well as the dragons and the Dragon Riders when they're a little bit deeper into the base. But this isn't going to plan, Itsu. No. Dragon Riders down the bottom, regular dragons at the top, and basically nothing into the center.
Yeah, not too much is going to the center. Finally, the dragons are coming back, but they still have to face the sweeper. This sweeper, if it would have dealt damage, like this damage would have been already incredible. I feel like those dragons were pushed back for so long, and now the bats are started from the bottom side. 4 bat spells. Can they make the difference? Back end, only 1 wizard tower, so this is looking really good.
Yeah, it's interesting because the main strength of the bats are the DPS, making sure they have enough to get through the buildings fast enough, so not taking as many obviously decreases that. But it really doesn't matter. He has crushed this. He still has a freeze left, the Queen's ability, bunch of troops in order to clean up. It's a 3-star to start us off for KOG. And what a way to put things up against the experienced clan of Darkus Muzhan. They will both know each other very well, but it is the opening 3-star. And I just love to see him quickly swiping along with that one hand to do that. Maybe I'll have to try that, but I think it might be a fail.
Yeah, I have no clue how they're doing that. I feel like whenever I'm attacking, I have like the device on my table. Like I don't know. It's looking really, really funny. But either way, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Quite a fast attack right there. And to the question which I said in the beginning, was it worth it to take this compartment out? Definitely. Really, really great adjustment right there with the Earthquakes and the Lightnings, which is not that common. But hey, we already said the creativity right now is king, and thinking out of the box is really important in those matches.
And we have seen the Earthquake and Lightning to weaken up the defenses for the Royal Champion Shield a couple of times, and I think it basically just depends on where you want the Royal Champion to go, because yes, he could have used invisibility spells instead, but then she would have been positioned differently and maybe not gone for the air defense.
Yeah, that's true for sure. And oh wait, we are seeing some E-Dragons right here with some back-end rocket balloons. So this is going to be interesting. I think so far E-Dragons had not the best start in this qualifier. I think so far they were not really getting the numbers which people were expecting coming and seeing the sneak peeks maybe off the pre-qualifier. We have the Slammer in there as well. He's trying to get the Slammer into the Town Hall, but those tests are being really annoying. Meanwhile, E-Dragons are struggling in the core as well. Now they're even air skeletons. And Judo, do you think this looks good? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult to call. He did have to use the rocket balloons to save them, but the tornado traps struggling on that right-hand side as well. What do you see there, Itsu?
Yeah, the NATO rotating away the E-Dragons from the Town Hall. Yes, no more spells left, but the last E-Dragon chain is taking down the Town Hall and saving the 2nd star, but now it's all about the back end. I mean, here's still 2 more rocket balloons. The Royal Champion is coming in as well, and so far, I mean, the King is tanking. The Royal Champion can now take over. The Unicorn, actually. No, wait, not the Archer. Unicorn, what are you doing? Get to the Royal Champion. That Archer is not as important. Back end rocket balloons for the Archer Tower. Now the Royal Champion shield. Can this still be enough? The scatter shot is shooting non-stop.
The rocket balloons did help to take down that area for the Royal Champion. Oh, the Wizard Tower takes out the group of archers, and that's the end of it. If only the Unicorn had gone to the RC. If only the Wizard Tower went down to the RC. Oh, there's so many different factors there. Ty must be kicking himself watching that one archer. Come on, get through the wall. Taking after her queen, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they're not allowed to leave the attack, which is... Yeah, kind of funny to see now the archers attacking the wall. I mean, maybe tomorrow they have finished the wall and can get the elixir storage. But this Unicorn, this was really unfortunate. With the Unicorn switching to the Royal Champion, maybe he would have had a chance. But yeah, this was a really unfortunate switch. I mean, the Unicorn, come on. I thought it would target maybe like prefer heroes, but... apparently it did not.
There's two archers there, to be fair. Look, you can just... it's actually only healing one of them, funny enough. So one of the archers is not getting healed. But as time ticks away, like you said, all Ty can do is look at the screen at this stage. Know that they are behind. But let's be honest, we haven't seen the huge high-scoring wars that we might have expected. So Darkest Muzhan with a 96%, certainly not too far behind at this stage, and if we do see a slip up, they'll be right there to take the lead.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, coming into this, the community was saying like, yeah, 14 stars, 15 stars, perfect war every single time. But well, apparently not. Like, I mean, I myself was like thinking, okay, Dragon Riders being really strong, so we're going to see them quite a bit. But apparently not. I'm still kind of like surprised by this being the case, but either way, the truth is that right now it's not the highest hit rates overall in this qualifier so far. And well, so let's see. As you said, Darkest Muzhan not out of this match yet, obviously, since just only one attack each is in. But well, they're behind and they need to triple this next attack.
They certainly do. And just picking up on your point there, Itsu, I do think we still have a good variety in terms of the meta and also the clan castle, actually, the defending clan castle. Another thing that, you know, you might be able to tell, I've been watching your YouTube channel. I know you were talking about this, the defending clan castle troops. We also have good variety on that. And as we see a Lava Hound and archers moving out for this one, but the enemy queen, the attacking queen will take that down easily.
Yeah, and as we just talked about variety, we have a Queen Charge hybrid. This is not something which we're seeing too often, to be honest. So really looking forward to see maybe if KOG can make this work, because this strategy actually had a 100% hit rate in the pre-qualifier from those top 6 teams. So yeah, I'm kind of confused that we have not seen that bit more often so far. The Rage in there as well. And this tower should be taken down, but now it's all about this queen being able to dodge the poison and somehow get really quickly into the Inferno Tower.
So far, it is working, and the sweeper doing him a favor as well, keeping the healers well out of the way of that poison. And the invisibility spell nicely allowed the queen to get through, get that single. And with the rage, you've seen the balloon set off 2 black bombs there, Itsu. That protected 2 healers, and that could be huge as we now see the hybrid moving in from the right.
Yeah, those KOG balloons were definitely worth it. But now the hybrid seems to be splitting, so this is like really bad. Warden ability soon as well. Where is that Warden ability? He's engaging a lot of defense at the same time. Now the Warden ability as everything is splitting up. And actually there are a couple of healers following this hybrid, which is actually a good thing, I think. Now the Rage and Judo. I think this is looking pretty good if this backhand scatter is not doing too much damage.
As long as the hybrid can stay alive through this multi, but they've diverted, they've gone down. Unfortunately, the Archer Queen is also not going to get that. We do have Hog Riders now moving on in from the Siege Barracks, but the Rage wears off. I don't think they're going to get the multi in that. Oh, they might get it here, actually. There's a lot of them, and the Royal Champion still has the ability. Still questionable here, Itsu. Oh, that multi!
This is so close. The multi is surviving somehow. The king, though, is tanking. 40 seconds left. He has this one loon, minion, and sneaky goblin to somehow push those troops back inside. The Yak is still alive, and I think the P.E.K.K.A. as well. He's already like yeah, celebrating. I think at this point he knows this should be a 3-star. Really nicely done. And well, Queen Charge Hybrid. Well, still totally fine if you can execute it. And well, he just did it perfectly, I think.
Well, it was definitely up in the air, shall we say, as to whether it was going to be a 3-star or not, holding his breath until the final moment, but it certainly was. And that means KOG, 2 3-stars out of the gates. Darkest Muzhan not getting the 3-star. We're almost in a similar position that we were for the last War Itsu, in that Darkest Muzhan now need to 3-star. Otherwise, it's really going to be difficult for them.
Yeah, it's especially interesting to see that, I mean, Darkest Muzhan is the 2nd seed, right? So KOG really struggled in the first match as well. And I mean, they're right now crushing it. They're crushing it, and Darkest Muzhan really need to be careful and getting their stars on the board. Otherwise, this match is going to be really, really tough to come back from.
Yeah, I think Darkest Muzhan definitely wouldn't have been underestimating them. KOG, whilst they're a relatively new clan formed for this season, they've certainly surged into the community, you know, really putting off a great impression. But if anybody can turn this around for Darkest Muzhan, it is Wei. And I feel like Wei always gets a lot of pressure following that MVP title in 2019. He really is that good, but do you think that, you know, starts to weigh down on him a little bit, and he has to make sure to keep putting on the performances to keep that reputation?
Yeah, I think it's always really hard if you're always the favorite. It's like everyone is expected to win. This is like the worst, because when you're winning, it's like, yeah, like, come on, you're the better team on paper. But if you lose, everyone's like, come on, you were the better team. Why didn't you win? Like, there is no winning scenario for you. And this is kind of the worst, though. Let's see if he can make this work. I mean, he's still an amazing player, as you just said. And so far, the Queen Charge looks really, really good. The King should take down the Eagle, hopefully. And then this attack looks already like a really solid opening for this Queen Charge Lalo.
Yeah, it is his favorite attack strategy, and he is showing you why. With the Archer Queen charging into that center, just about gets the rage spell in time, Itsu. That was so close. I mean, I would have used it well in advance just to make sure, but being able to place it at the picture-perfect time just shows you how proficient he is with this strategy.
Yeah, that's for sure. But now, I'm still wondering where exactly... Okay, there's the Lalo starting now at 1 minute and 25 seconds. I mean, we know how quick Lalo can be, but at the same time, Lalo is by no means an easy strategy, so you can always mess things up, even if it's looking already crushed. And this Queen right now is having a lot of problems. He has to use the Queen ability, and all of those healers are dead by now, which means I'm not sure if that rage was worth it.
Yeah.
I do agree. The town, all right?
I think he could have used the rage for the balloons instead. Now, again, I always worry when I see sneaky goblins coming out of the clan castle, but he does get it. Tornado Trap is also popped at the bottom there, so that could be useful, particularly because he knows now the balloons are not going to get caught in that as they move on around towards the multi. RC is struggling at the bottom, though. Balloons now starting to take damage. They are very low on health, and the multi is just finishing them all off.
Yeah, he's already shaking the head like, that's so unfortunate. The Royal Champion right into the Tesla farm, into a ton of ground skeleton traps. And this were like this had no chance then. The Queen, I'm not sure, maybe the Rage could have game changer, but at the same time, yeah, hard to tell. Nice invisibility spell though. Maybe he can make sure that he's getting a couple of more percentages, but the Black Mines are hitting his Warden and the Owl, and this means yet again high percentage, but not getting it done in this matchup. So 92%. We already said, I mean, they're like now behind 2 3-stars, and this is already a pretty good and pretty big deficit already starting into the match with those attacks, and I think KOG can be really happy right now.
Oh, certainly. I mean, Darkest Muzhan, they are right there on percentage. You could see just a couple of little things and it might have gone their way. But unfortunately, high percentages do not win wars. It is the 3-stars. And that is why KOG are in that driving position. They can certainly feel that now that they're 2 stars in the lead instead of just 1, the pressure is off a little bit. And they can you know, hopefully relax a little bit more in these final attacks, but they do just need to try and hold it together to see it home.
Yeah, that's for sure. But do not relax too much, okay? Like, still concentrate, push your lead even further. I mean, yet, like, now with 3-star, wait a second, really?
Yep.
No, I don't mean the super witches. That's the next thing. But running this base, I mean, I'm running it right now on Legends. It was one of the Unicorns of Love bases from the pre-qualifier. I thought it would be pretty good. It defended against MCS back then, but I would have never ever expected that someone would copy that base for the qualifier. Oh, okay, I guess I have to switch out my Legend base now, but so far it was defending pretty decent. Let's see how it's defending against super witches.
Well, I'm not sure how many people are going to be attacking you with Super Witches. Definitely not an attack that is in the meta. It is his favorite strategy, so maybe if he does recognize this base, he knows he can take advantage of it with his favorite attack, the Grand Warden onto the Town Hall. This does look like a confident start, actually using the Earthquake and the Lightning to get the single target Inferno behind the Town Hall and creating a brilliant path for the Super Witches.
Yeah, the path is really, really nice. Using the jump now to get inside. And, well, typically this base is running a ton of air skeleton traps. So let's see if that's going to stick the same. But a triple ice golem clan cast. This is like what I said with like adjusting your traps and clan cast and synergizing them. Because, as I said, a lot of air skeletons, which means you're defending against air pretty decent. There it is. There is the first one. And then to kind of comprehend that with an ground-based defensive clan caster. There is the second air skeleton trap, and yeah, everything exactly as I was thinking that this base was set up, because, as I said, OP base from Unicorns of Love right here.
Valkyries in the Clan Castle raced ahead of the Super Witches, helped to take down that multi-target Inferno, also set off a bunch of giant bombs. And look at that, the Grand Warden positioned perfectly, just sniping away at the multi-target Inferno. He does only have 1 minute remaining, Itsu. Royal Champion now being used at the top, but he does have to get through this entire 6 o'clock compartment.
Yeah, that's right. He has to freeze there. The entire Tesla farm is over there to make things even harder to get through, especially when you're trying to send your heroes into the Eagle. Royal Champion is circling the Queen. Can the Queen stay alive? No, the Queen is going down. Hey, and wait a second, the Unicorn. Unicorn is actually following the Royal Champion and not going for one of those archers this time around. This is awesome news right now for Kian. And this is looking really, really promising. But time is ticking.
Look at how strong these Super Witches are. If you can keep the healers alive, they will go all day long, chugging away through the defenses at the bottom. And with the RC shield in the pocket, he can use that to celebrate getting the DE storage at the end, making it a third triple for KOG. And it now looks very good for them to progress towards tomorrow's matches.
Yeah, that's for sure. But like I said, the one thing which surprises me the most is you're in the elimination bracket, right? One lose and you're out. And then you're using a burnt base. That's kind of surprising to me. Like, this is... this is kind of surprising. But yeah, it seems like they knew the base, or at least were able to completely smash this base right there. Great plan. And Super Witches, well, I guess have a...
Still have their place.
Yeah, have their place if used correctly.
Yeah, and I think you raise an interesting point, though, because it really is when we get to the elimination matchup that we tend to see all cards revealed. You know, the best bases come out, any secret attack strategies are used, because you don't get a second life. You are done for. And I feel it's so difficult to actually get into the qualifier stage. Let's remember, they have to get through the CWL stage, through all of the pre-qualifiers. It's a huge task. And you really want to just give it everything you have. If they have any slim possibility of getting this back, they need a 3-star and they need it fast.
Yeah, and he's using the Queen Charge Dragon. This is a strategy which he used quite a bit in Legends League. I know that because he attacked me a couple of times, which was never a good thing for me. But let's see if we can make this work as well against this base. We see the Queen Charge Dragons quite a bit. Overall, Dragon troops are right now incredibly strong. But he's kind of like charging into those two air defenses. So if this Queen is walking a little bit unfortunate for him, He might skip the spotted air defense, and if that's happened, this would be really, really bad for him.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Let's see exactly where she goes. Takes the Archer Queen down, but yes, I think you're right, Itsu. She's gone down towards the bottom, and with the Clan Castle troops, the air defense is even picking off the healers. It's almost going from bad to worse here. Teslas on the bottom are also dealing a lot of damage to the king, so I'm not sure what he can do here now. Uses the invisibility to try and protect the healers.
Yeah, but I'm really confused. I mean, this was kind of like as soon as you saw the queen charge, you were already be able to tell, okay, this elephant's going to be a problem, and he was not doing anything about that. So I'm kind of out of words right now, but he's trying to push now his dragons through. The queen is dying in her ability through the rage, through the ability. The warden is sniping her. And this now is spelling some really bad news for Darkest Muzhan, because this one seems to be a really low percentage hit rate, like really low percentage attack as well. Limp is flying, should reach that tower if there's no NATO trap. But hey, it's still dragons. Maybe this can still work.
He's still got the Royal Champion as well. With the Town Hall down, it is helpful. Single target Inferno there could really be dangerous. He's got 2 freeze spells. The multi-target Inferno getting healed back up quite significantly though. In that central area. I think it got healed up anyway. I couldn't quite see. I'm pretty sure it was right down on low percentage. That's why he used the rage. Maybe shouldn't have. Single target Inferno onto the RC. It does go down. 35 seconds. Oh, there's the NATO. I just don't think he has enough time either, Itsu.
Yeah, time is ticking non-stop, especially with the 2 max cannons on the back end. It's not going to be an easy task. The max archer towers over there as well. By the way, how cool do those archer towers look like? This is looking so cool. Like when you have the max and then like obviously the max wall's just close to it, it looks so cool, like this jungle theme. Oh, what do you think about that? Like with the cannons and everything?
I think it's amazing. I really think the graphics within the game seem to just get better and better. The dragons, picking up on that point as well, I think they are fantastic with the orange tint on the wings. Brilliant stuff. I mean, we are getting shown all of the brilliance there in that attack, apart from the 3 stars, which we would have liked to have seen. So I know we didn't pick a community vote for this matchup, but I think it's pretty much said and done now. KOG very much picking themselves up. Lost that first match to NY Amazing. Only 11 stars. Did get that unfortunate 1 star as well. But they've turned things around in this one and shown exactly why they are here in this qualifier.
Yeah, and that's a huge surprise. I mean, as we said, Darkest Muzhan being the 2nd seed of the pre-qualifier. And, well, they were not able to so far show off in this qualifier right now. And KOG is putting up a show. So far, amazing attacks. And now we have the next attack coming in. Is he trying to... Oh, this is so risky. This is so risky. Is there a bait?
Ooh, there's a giant bomb, but I think he could be okay here. The super... Oh, there it is. Yes, the tornado is there. The super wizards are stuck. We've got a couple of them. No, is he going to get it? There we go. Town Hall goes down, but wow, well, he actually got the single target Inferno as well, Itsu, so not too bad here starting out.
Yeah, that was actually a really good entry. Like, it was super risky. Like, don't get me wrong. We were like, on the edge of our seat, but it worked out. He took the risk, got everything he wanted, and now he's starting off with his heroes. So push inside the base, take down. I think he wants to get both air defending heroes, which means like the Royal Champion and the Queen, which would be already incredible value.
It certainly would be. As the jump spell is placed, there is the Royal Champion in order to help with this push. The Ice Golem is lagging behind the King, but as long as it stays in front of the Queen and the RC, then that looks pretty good because they are moving forward. Everything in the center is frozen. There's the Headhunters, but I think the Archer Queen's actually already down at this stage. Oh no, she's not. There we go. Headhunters are actually helping out, but can the Queen get through to that multi? Still has the ability, but where's she going to go? Yes!
She is going for that multi, but at the bottom side we have the double skeleton trap popping up. Now the Lalo is started. The Queen is kept alive. This is kind of the secret about this hero dive Lalo attackers. They're keeping their heroes alive for so long. It's so incredible. I mean, this is supposed to be like sending in the heroes, getting their value, and they're done. But they're just keeping those heroes alive. And now the Queen's even getting the sweeper, getting in the Vader hut, getting in next sweeper. This is just incredible value right there. And with still a lot of loots left on the back end, this is looking yet again pretty good.
Very nice freeze and haste combination to get the balloons through that scatter shot area. They converge to the back end. There is one wizard tower doing a lot of work to the balloons, and they're not quite going in that direction. They finally do. Can they get it in time to get across to the Tesla and the air defense? They're not quite doing the Queen alive with the unicorn, but all of the balloons now down. 25 seconds. A giant bomb does damage to the Queen, and I think she might go down. Oh, heartbreak here. And KOG
Unicorn healing the owl.
not quite going to be able to get the perfect war. Nobody actually getting it today. Wow. Well, okay. I reverse jinxed him, as Woody did earlier on today. His pre-game ritual is a nice cup of tea, and it looks like he had that to get his 3 stars. And what do I know? There we are, KOG with the 4th 3-star of this match.
Yeah, I think the key thing was at the end, the owl tanking the air defense and the unicorn healing the owl. I think that was just super, that was amazing. But yeah, finishing in style and improving his hit rate over this tournament, showing up when it matters. Let's see if they can show up tomorrow, because so far it really looks like that KOG is getting to the next day, because apparently Darkest Muzhan sadly is not really showing up today.
Yeah, not really doing what they needed to when it mattered. And like you said, the hit rate there, he was actually the lowest hit rate for KOG. So to pull in the 3 stars when it matters in the qualifiers, because remember, this is their first qualifier, that is absolutely fantastic. Now we do have Citru, who got a 3-star in his first attack, so he'll be wanting to try and get the war going for Darkest Muzhan here, because remember, we still do have 4 months of pre-qualifiers and qualifiers, so Darkest Muzhan will be wanting to try and move into those months as confidently as they can, even if they can't win this war.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like building momentum, building confidence over the next, for the next qualifier then. And they're trying to do that with the next Dragon and Dragon Rider attack with that Warden ability, getting help back, now used for the Blim, and that Blim is going to make it
all of the way across the map, but it does make it. With the Rage spell, they will even... Oh, will they? Oh, did get the single target Inferno from the Dragon Rider as well. But I feel everything's split up quite a lot here, Itsu. And the DPS isn't quite moving through the base, held onto the Royal Champion in order to be a little bit flexible. So since he has a lot of dragons down at 6 o'clock, Royal Champion comes in. He's got the King ability, Queen ability, RC ability, 3 free spells. Do I need to keep going? The base is pretty much gone here, Itsu.
Yeah, that was a beautiful attack, even though the Blimp was quite risky. But hey, he's making it, getting it, the Blimp to the Town Hall. The King, as I said, like pretty much all of the heroes except the Warden had the abilities left until the last couple of seconds of the attack. And now a couple of swag rages, getting the confidence back. And yes, Darkest Muzhan, yes, they can 3-star there, showing this off right now. Really nice attack. And well, Situ is getting back the confidence maybe.
Yeah, I feel like for them, they just need to go back to the drawing board. Like you said, maybe even work on their defense a little bit for the upcoming months to try and give themselves another opportunity here. But at least they know they do still have the talent for the 3-star attacks. Maybe just needs to adjust a few things moving on through this season.
Yeah, I think defense right now is such a key thing. We just saw that with Team Elevate, for example. They were struggling a bit on offense as well. I think that with 12 stars, one of the lowest scores of the winning teams. But their defense was just one of the best of today. So they were just holding back a really strong opponent. And yeah, defense win wars. I mean, yes, offense is great. But if your defense is just OP, you do not need to be as strong on offense. So let's see how that's going to being the tournament meta over today and obviously tomorrow. But so far, defense looks really strong for some of those teams. And now we have UZP coming in with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. And this one is going to be with 6 sneaky goblins.
6 sneaky goblins. I always like to see the sneakies just racing into the town hall, but there's just not enough here. And we keep mentioning the world-winning team from 2019. UZP obviously part of that, but one thing I find fascinating about UZP, despite being a world winner, he actually downloaded Clash of Clans accidentally and found out it was fun. So continued to play and then became a world champion. That is just fascinating for me. But the Queen Charge on this top side has done pretty good so far. Itsu taking out the Eagle Artillery. Where is this blimp going? Does he want the central scatter shot here? Oh, there's a black bomb following it. It's going to make it though.
Yeah, it should make it, but one thing which looks super funny on this base, he just took them down. But there were like 3 army camps inside the base. Like, this is something special to me. Like, I never see them inside of a base, and this looked kind of funny. But yeah, now he needs to rage his queen up, reach that single Inferno Tower, uses poison. The Superman's dealing, like always, a ton of damage. And this wall break is leading him into that tunnel compartment. Another freeze. He needs to be careful. He has only 1 invisibility spell left. This right now is not really looking as the queen would actually go for the single Inferno Tower.
Yeah, it was looking tremendous, and then she decided to step back in, uses the invisibility to try and help out. RC doesn't quite get there either, and she's going through the wall, meaning the single is going to burn her down. Actually does get it through the wall, and hopefully, because he did such an incredible job initially, he can get through this. But the Warden ability is used. 1 Dragon Rider on the Town Hall. Is it enough though, Itsu?
Oh, wow. That queen, yet again, that was really unfortunate. The Warden is dying to the Town Hall bomb, but this is not looking like a solid attack, because you typically never want to get into the Town Hall bomb with your Dragon Riders. But hey, maybe they can get some more percentages. And yeah, yet again, this would have been the first perfect war of today and of the qualifier, of the second qualifier overall. But so far, it seems like defense too strong for those 2 teams, or like for those teams overall in this tournament so far. Headhunters are just chasing the Royal Champion into the Ground Expo and can't do anything. But yeah, this will be a 14-star win for KOG, because they just did it. They just needed the first, the 2nd star, and that's exactly what they did.
Certainly will be catching the eyes of the teams for tomorrow, let's put it that way, because they really put up a show here. They might not have done as well in the first match, but taking down Dark as Muzhan, like you said, the number 2 seed, the way that they have, I think they will now have the eyes of the other teams really, you know, perked up and fierce, ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like, concentrating onto tomorrow after getting this really important win. At this point, there is no second chance for them. They always have to put everything on the line and risk it all. And well, let's see how that works. Maybe I mean, some teams are just like being amazing under pressure, so maybe that's a really good thing for them. Maybe that's better. I mean, for the pre-qualifier was the same. They had to win every single match, which they did until they reached the top 6. And I think then they were struggling a little bit. Same story this qualifier, so maybe they need the pressure to perform, and so far it's working good for them.
Yeah, like you said, people do react differently to it, so let's find out here as we have Mansa. He was the other player that gained a 3-star for Darkest Muzhan in their unfortunate loss to Tompanai. He's using the Queen Charge Dragon Riders, which is his new favorite attack strategy.
Yeah, I have to say, for me as well, like, this attack is so fun. I feel like it's pretty similar to the Queen Charge Hybrid back from Tournament 13, but you can be more flexible with like different approaches, like having the King used in different ways, the Royal Champion the same way. So it's just so much fun using this strategy, this new strategy to the game. So let's see how he's doing that, charging the Town Hall for now, because as we already mentioned earlier, Town Hall being the biggest threat to those Dragon Riders, the Town Hall poison is just so deadly to them. And so far, he's doing a good job, but he needs to be careful. Just want to say, with any more traps, now the Queen is getting kind of rotated into the Town Hall.
Yeah, had to freeze that Town Hall in order to protect the healers. He did lose one of them to a Seeking Air Mine, but at least he's been able to protect majority of them from the Town Hall damage. Oh, there's another Black Bomb as we say that. And he does need the Queen, actually, to take a good chunk of this side. I think he's probably planning on her taking the enemy Queen as well, because the Headhunters and the RC will be focusing on the defending Royal Champion at the bottom of the base.
Yeah, and the Sweeper is being super annoying, pushing those Dragon Riders back. The vulnerability was perfect to block all of the Eagle shots. There's another Black Mine for that Queen now. There's only 2 healers left alive, and they really struggle to keep her alive, especially against this defending Clan Castle. Queen ability has to be used. Really nicely done. I see a lot of people not really concentrating on the Queen and losing your Queen through her ability, especially against the Scatter. So just making sure that he's getting some value out of her. And at this point, yeah, the Dragon Riders try their best, but the defending air skeleton traps are being so annoying versus those Dragon Riders. They can't defend themselves, so they rely on the Owl. And now even Pups are adding up and trying to keep down those Dragon Riders. This is not going to be an easy task.
Certainly not. They are going down fast. He has 4 Dragon Riders, but they're not really on a lot of health. Uses the freeze perfectly to get the air defense and the scatter shot. Troops move on in. Dragon Riders move to the scatter shot. He does have 1 at full health. Can the one at the bottom get the Archer Tower? Oh, it missed it, which takes down another one of the Dragon Riders, so that he only has 1 left. As long as this gets through the defenses, I think he could be good here for another 3-star. But Darkest Muzhan, they have unfortunately lost this war, but at least, as we mentioned, they can go home with their heads held high. Keeping an eye on the time here, though, there's 1 minion on the inside of the base, and everything is going to go to the army camp.
Oh,
the
no,
Owl.
Judo.
MVP, but it's not enough. 99%, and the victory to KOG, 14 to 11 stars, progressing to tomorrow.
Yeah, congrats to them. They were really showing off when it mattered, and really looking forward to see if it's going to be the same story tomorrow. Like,